it's me, Dr. Whimsy, and today we're going to be talking about a subject that gets dealt with a lot in my practice, and that is how to get a good night's sleep. Yes, how to get a good night's sleep. I would say that one of the most common reasons why people come to see me here at my offices in beautiful Los Angeles is because they're tired, they're exhausted. In fact, I would say that exhaustion makes up a very large percentage, if not the majority, of the reason why people come to see me. They know something isn't right, and their first symptom that something isn't right, they're tired all the time. There are a lot of reasons why people can be tired, and usually if someone tells me that the symptom is that they're tired, I will do a thorough assessment. I'm going to give you a quick, brief summary of some of the reasons why you might be tired. And top of the list is what we're going to be covering today, and that is people are often tired because they are not getting adequate sleep, and if they are sleeping, it is not a restful sleep. That is the number one reason people are tired. There are other reasons, of course, as well. We want to rule out anemia, for example, malnutrition, chronic disease, viral infections, influenzas, definitely when someone's not feeling well, a low-grade virus. Those sorts of things can definitely make us tired and exhausted. Malnutrition, maldigestion can happen in someone who might have a chronic disease that can impact absorption of nutrients. It's often common in people suffering from chronic disease or in senior citizens. What is commonly referred to in the alternative healthcare community as adrenal fatigue, but it's somewhat controversial, can also be a cause of exhaustion. But I just like to say it's work exhaustion. We do labs. We do a 24-hour cortisol to find out if that's what's going on, and it's not unusual in that population of people that are chronically exhausted and overworked to see a low cortisol will come back, dips in low cortisol, and we'll treat them for that. In addition to supplementation, herbalism, nutrient support, etc. for the underlying cause, we sometimes will send people for a sleep study. This can determine whether or not there's an actual problem with the type of sleep that the person is getting. You know, can you fall asleep? Are you sleeping throughout the night? Is there an underlying condition like sleep apnea? If you speak to your doctor, they can usually order a sleep study. Many insurance companies will cover that, and then you can find out if your condition is sleep apnea. I will say that sleep apnea is life-threatening, so if you think that you do have sleep apnea, you certainly want to have it treated. All right, so here it is, Dr. Whimsy's top 9 ways that you can get a good night's sleep if the reason you're tired is because you're just not sleeping. And number 1 on the list is keep to a sleep schedule. That means that if you're going to sleep at a particular time, I usually tell people to try and get in bed by about 10 o'clock every night. Stick to that schedule. That can be sometimes difficult, particularly if you're a weekend warrior. You like to go out and party on the weekends. But really, we want people to try and get a good night's sleep and have it be consistent. So stick to a sleep schedule. Number 2, we want you to avoid foods that might be stimulating and can impact sleep, particularly right before you go to bed. We say 8 hours, but if you absolutely love those foods, then maybe 4 hours, because we know how long it takes to metabolize foods, for example, that contain caffeine. Caffeine takes about, I believe I read that half-life is about 8 hours, give or take. So 8 hours, we say, before going to bed. Discontinue certain foods. I'll give you the list right now. 8 hours, but if you absolutely love these foods, we'll say 4 hours. These are all foods that we have found to be disruptive to sleep. Alcohol, that means drinking a glass of wine. It might put you to sleep quickly, but it often can cause disruptive sleep. But it can also cause frequent urination, alcohol, so the person's getting up through the night and going to the bathroom. So alcohol, chocolate, very stimulating. Salty foods, they can cause dry mouth, thirst, and so the person's waking up through the night to get something to drink. Coffee, even green tea if it contains caffeine. Energy drinks, absolutely. Overeating can sometimes cause it. A person, again, gets sleepy because they overeat, but they can also have gas, bloating, upset stomach, acid reflux if they eat too much before bed, and that can disrupt sleep. Being extremely hungry before you go to bed, so you're thinking about food, you feel like you need to get up and eat something. Make sure you're not starving and make sure you're not overfed. Both can be disruptive to sleep. Number 3 is develop a meditation technique. 15 to 20 minutes before going to bed. That means turning off all cell phones, electronics, stimuli, and spending 15 minutes simply engaged in a meditative practice. I like the Vipassana breath technique. I think it's fairly easy to do. I will send a link below so you can learn basic breath technique. It's real simple. We simply encourage the person to begin relaxing the body, concentrate on letting the body relax from the feet to the top of the head while focusing on the breath going in and out of the nostrils. Continue to focus on that, allowing the body to relax. Do that for about 15-20 minutes before going to bed, and it usually helps put the person to bed, particularly if you suffer from insomnia. It also helps release the stress that you may have experienced throughout the day. Number 4, consider taking herbal supplements. Of course, I always recommend speaking to a naturopathic doctor before you start popping pills or herbs of any type. And the reason I recommend that is because some herbs are contraindicated with certain pharmaceutical medications. And so you really do want to take the time to be doing this with a licensed naturopathic physician, one who's gone to medical school, who knows the pharmaceuticals and knows what those potential interactions are. But some herbal medicines do help. I do, however, strongly caution to make sure that it is not contraindicated with any pre-existing medications. Number 5, make sure your bed is comfortable. You know, do you have an old box spring that, you know, the wires are poking up? I've been there, particularly when I was a starving medical student. I had an old mattress that was very uncomfortable, and then I had to scrounge my pennies, and I was able to get a better mattress. And you guard your sleep when you're in med school, let me tell you that right now. So you really want to make sure that mattress is as comfortable as possible. So check your pillows, check your mattress, make sure you've got a good one, and make sure you're using it as opposed to the cheap, painful ones that are going to cause you to toss and turn, may aggravate a pre-existing condition like if you have sciatica or what's also known as piriformis syndrome. Not a good idea to have a cheap mattress. Number 6, make sure the room is dark. No lights flashing, nothing like that that's going to be disrupting your sleep. Consider an iPad for the eyes. If you feel comfortable with that, they sell them at many pharmacies and some health food stores as well. That can be very, very helpful. And you may want to add to that some earplugs if you live in a neighborhood that's loud. I had to do that again when I was in med school because I lived in dorm row when I was at the University of Washington pre-med, and parties every night. So I just, rather than fight the entire neighborhood, I broke down and got myself some earplugs and the shades to help me sleep, and it did help. All right, number 7, believe it or not, exercise, particularly the cardio Doing cardio every day, exercising hard, is associated with increasing serotonin and helping with sleep during the night. It can correct your circadian rhythm if you exercise. And the exercise that's been associated with that study on sleep is cardio. Really getting yourself moving, really exercising in ways that are good for the heart, increase serotonin, and you'll sleep soundly in the night. So get to the gym or get out in nature and just start moving. The more you exercise, the more you move your body, the better you will sleep in the night. Number 9, find a way to reduce stress. Look at stress reduction techniques. People who belong to a church and pray on a regular basis, for example, tend to have less stress. Some people engage in other de-stressing techniques that have nothing to do with necessarily a conventional church approach. They may instead simply like to go and meditate in nature, in parks, take up gardening. Other people have found that doing artwork can be very calming. I have friends that have gotten interested in ceramics, doing ceramic artwork as a form of de-stressing. Basically taking up a hobby or a practice, spiritual practice, that one finds comforting and calming. If you're a spiritual person, that would be being more active in your church or your community. If you want to do something that's a little bit more different, consider art and music. But the idea is that the activity should be calming and should help reduce stress. And finally, number 9, never sleep in a messy room. There have actually been studies that have shown that by having a room that is clean and organized, people sleep better. You cannot sleep well in a mess, then you're going to be thinking about everything that's disorganized in your room, and that's going to keep you up. So keep your home clean. I didn't put it here. I should probably have it as a 10. Also, make sure it's a good temperature of the room. If it's too hot, keep it at a nice cooler temperature. If it's too cold, more blankets if necessary. Open a window if you feel it's stuffy, but you really want the temperature as well to be good in the room. So I said I was going to do 9, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's 10 because of that. I didn't mention temperature control in the room, and it is important, particularly as we get older, and ladies, if we're having hot flashes or blankets off, blankets on, you really want to have the temperature be comfortable. Okay, I think I did it. I did it in a little over 12 minutes. The top 10 things that you can do to help get a good night's sleep. If you feel the problem is a little bit more serious than that, then you can speak to a naturopathic doctor to find one in your area that has gone to medical school and is licensed to practice medicine, because we want to go with naturopaths that are real naturopaths that have actually gone to med school. To find a naturopath in your area, you can go to the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians. I will link them below. And if you're in the LA area, I do take patients in my offices here. And for general wellness coaching, I see patients via online coaching through telemedicine, and that link as well I will put below. I want to thank you for watching this video on how to improve sleep. If you found it to be helpful, be sure and share, like, subscribe, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.